Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another scene for New Serum. Tonight we have Isabell meeting with her friend and primogen Lenora Page at Club Gemini, which is where she would normally find her, in her office. Isabell knows exactly where to go, and she politely knocks on the door when she arrives.
It's what is today, Monday? Okay, so the Gemini's not particularly busy today. The bouncer knows who you are and waves you right on in real easy. Not that he would stop you from going in. It's not like, occupancy levels are particularly high. You go to the
Right.
door and knock on it, and you hear just come in.
She comes in and she shuts the door behind her. She smiles very pleasantly, like she normally does.
Lenora is sitting at her desk. Basically, it looks like she's either writing notes or something. You're not quite sure. Maybe she's just doing the books. Who knows? It looks like she's doing something business-like. She smiles back at you. Oh, Isabell, it's been a while. I haven't seen you in a bit.
I know. I've been getting caught up on stuff actually.
What have you been
I
doing?
getting caught up on work and stuff like that. But been talking a little bit with your child. He actually contacted me a few nights ago.
I see. Yeah, he hasn't bothered talking to me since Elysium.
Yeah, it was right after Elysium that he contacted me. I'm sorry that I couldn't make it. I wanted to go.
You should try harder to make it. It's very important you do. A lot
Mm.
happened. Anyway, you want to talk about Adrian.
Adrian, yes, he.
You can see her eyebrows are raised just a little bit, like she's very curious about what you're about to say.
Well, he seemed very frantic.
Hmm.
Um, he said that when he tried to talk to you about stuff, that you were dismissive, you weren't willing to tell him anything, and that you left him alone.
Did he say what he was talking about exactly?
He did. He did. He said something about wanting to turn Masha's into a goth club,
You didn't see the flaw
which,
in that idea?
well, maybe not talking about it in front of Caroline was his best idea that he's
It
ever
was worse
had.
than that. I mean, the thing about Caroline is the idea of turning Masha's a very luxurious yacht club into a goth club probably didn't upset her the most. In fact, that didn't upset me the most. I just thought it was a bad idea. Not the idea of a goth club somewhere, but turning Masha's into one. The thing that upset me the most was him saying blatantly in front of her, turning it into a Toreador stronghold. Uh,
Oh,
yeah. So
well,
that
that is not
hurt.
something that needs to be said right in front of the venture, is it?
Well,
No.
it was just it was like a knife to the heart, Isabell. And we're friends, right? We've known each other
Yes.
for a while, and I trust it was. I've been trying really hard to get back to what Masha had, which was, she was friends with Event. She was friends with everybody. Everybody was united with Masha, and that's not the way it is anymore. And the prince
Lenora.
himself told him to work with Caroline to do business with her, basically, do his job. And then that happened, and it was just like it was horrifying and painful at the same time. You know,
She she reaches across the table and takes your hand.
she'll go ahead and take your hand too. I just I don't know what anyone's doing.
Lenora, I'm gonna tell you something, and I really don't want you to take this the wrong way. You are not Masha.
I know I'm not
You
Masha.
you
That's
cannot be her.
look. I
You
know.
have to be you. You have to be Lenora Page. You have to lead this clan as you see fit. Not the way Masha would have done it, not the way that you think the prince wants it done, the way you want. What do you see for the clan? You haven't talked to any of us either. You've been kind of shut in.
Hmm. Well, maybe that needs to change. No, I look. I know I'm not Masha. Masha was different, and I'm a little stuffy compared to Masha or even my own sister. But what she had was good. I know what she had was good. She had a very close relationship with the Tremere and the Ventru, and that's non-existent now. It's gone. The
It's
Ramses
not
all.
completely it's not completely gone, Lenora. I'm still friends with Ramsay.
Oh,
He and I still talk.
well, that's just it. I'm not so sure about that anymore. I don't know what anyone's doing. Ramsay was here the other night. I mean, talking about Toreador strongholds. Are you so blind to realize? And she just kind of opens her arms wide that this is it right here. This has been here for 10 years, a hot spot for kindred on the cusp of being a legitimate Elysium. And we're going to just build. We have a speedboat that needs gas, and your solution is to build a rowboat.
No.
But Ramsay was here, and I asked him if you sent him, and he said no. I thought you talked to him, Isabell.
I haven't talked to him lately. I haven't.
I think you should. He's the seneschal.
I know. I know. I know. Look, we're all at fault here. We all have grown a bit too complacent, comfortable. I realize now that I've been too focused on other things. Take steps to alleviate that, to remedy that, and uh, I know that I need to go talk to Ramsay. It's been a while since I've talked to him. I know
I think
that,
so.
but we all need to talk. All of us. None of us really talk to each other. The only ones that I've talked to lately is your child and Annabelle's child.
Mm. Yes, maybe we do need to talk and see what everyone's doing, get everyone on the right page because this is insanity. I feel like I'm running in place.
What I would like to see is for us to be what we were. You know, everyone looked to the Toreador for every trend that was going on in town. For every party that was happening, it was a Toreador party. We don't have those anymore.
Mm. No, we do have people here every once in a while, so that's nice. I'd like that to continue. I want to have a lot of what we had before too. And like I said, I believe that starts with unity.
I agree. We do need to be united as a clan. And we can't have your child going around saying that he's afraid to be around you.
I don't know why he would be.
He's kind of off.
Well, he's different.
Not saying that that's your fault at all, but
I understand. He's different. He is. I mean, I suppose you could say I'm different, but I'm not so separated from what matters to our clan. I know the trends. I try to keep up with them. My sister is a very big help with that. But I embraced him for his business sense, for his ability to change things. He tried to help Ronnie with Masha's when he was just pounding it into the ground and wasting money left and right. But I always got the impression the problem he was wasting money is he kept on buying other buildings, like trying to franchise it, you know? But that's
right.
not
I
that's not
know
what we needed.
he was trying to expand, and instead he just ran it into the ground.
Yes. So anyway, I tried to talk. Well, like I said, the goth club thing came out of left field, but that wasn't the part that upset me. If you guys want to make a goth club, go ahead. But we got things we need to focus on first.
I think the reasoning for him saying a goth club in particular is because it's a place where he would feel at home, I suppose. I noticed that his fangs don't retract.
Yes, I suppose, but it just seems so dated and cliche, don't you think? But
Actually, it's lately goth has been kind of making a resurgence. It's not what it used to be, of course, but
well,
it's a little different, and I think that if we cater to that sort of audience, that it might actually take off. It won't be our first priority, but I think it could be an eventuality.
like I said, the idea of a goth club is doesn't repulse me by all. Worse, it's a little niche, but I'm sure we could do something with that, you know.
And if we
But
make a place where the Nosferatu feel at home in it
I
as well,
suppose.
then
Well,
I
that's
know.
another thing too that kind of I understand the boy doesn't know things yet. To think his education is over would be incorrect, but you got to understand who we're dealing with. Have you ever met Meinhof?
I have actually.
He's not big on business. In fact, I believe he called the Dulac once a bourgeoisie pig. So you have to be careful about how you approach the Nosferatu when it comes to business.
Right.
Capitalism is not his thing, which, at the time I didn't. I do apologize about him leaving and stuff, and I will tell him that. But like I said, I was so mortified and hurt by what happened. I mean, here I was standing in front of Prince and Ramsay himself saying, I want to go back and have the unity we once had. And the Prince was like, talk to Caroline. And I was like, all right. And it fell apart so quickly. But I've been trying to fix it. Fortunately, it was Caroline. Caroline has always been very forgiving.
Yes.
So I don't think it's over. We can fix this. But a goth club for Masha's, I don't think is a good idea. Perhaps a
No,
different project.
not for moshes. No, I think that we can. I think a yacht club is a little bit dated. I think we can maybe try and see what's popular now as far as high society goes, and see if we can turn it into something like that.
It's
Um,
not that dated. Everyone has boats, but modernization never hurts. So we just got to see what's there.
yes.
But that is what Masha has been and what it should remain for as long as it's viable.
Well, the way that Adrian made it sound was like that you've been refusing to educate him, and I was pretty sure that wasn't the case. So I wanted to come and get your side of the story.
I think he might be jumping to conclusions. I decided that maybe he should step out and begin seeing the world. His education is hardly over. I mean, did you know everything before Kara released you?
Of course not. And then when Kara did release me, a week later, we were at war. But
Well, hopefully
I
that's
got a
the
little bit of a
case.
unique education, I guess you could say.
Yes, you did. But it's hardly over. I just didn't think he would flub so easily. I thought he had a little bit more social grace than that.
It appears not.
It's all right. It's fine. I don't want to be cruel to him, but I didn't necessarily embrace him for his ideas. I embraced him for his, you know, I suppose logic. Not all of his ideas are bad. He had an interesting one. She kind of reaches under her desk and shows you a little enamel pen, giving people pens so Bartleby's eyes won't get so strained trying to make sure everyone's not breathing. She shows you a little white pen with the symbol of the Gemini and the shape of a star. His design was a little gaudy, but again, didn't embrace him for his creativity.
No, actually, that I like that idea. I think that that would be great, and it would be almost if we could make it a bit more elegant, a status symbol.
Perhaps. Like I said, not the worst idea. At the very least, it will help the doorman.
Yes, I agree. Now, I told Adrian that I would help him if you are not opposed to me being some mentor of sorts to him. I'd be happy to.
Of course not. You can come. I mean, the way I've always felt is any of us could come to anybody for advice, but I don't hate him. I'm just embarrassed, and he might not even really understand why.
No, especially. I'll smooth things over.
Mm.
It seems to be a big misunderstanding to me.
Yes. Anyway.
Children get mad at their parents once in a while, don't they?
Sure. I suppose. Masha never said raising us was easy.
No. But I think that you are a good blend between Masha and her sister.
Well, I try my best. I really do.
But you really can't do it all alone either. You need someone, someone you can trust, someone you can rely on, someone who can be there when you can't.
Well, I'll think about it. Right now, we just need to get everybody on the same page and understand what we're trying to do. Because right now, no one is either doing nothing or they're doing something completely opposite that's helpful, or I don't even know.
Right.
Basically, I feel like I'm the only piece on the board.
Well, you're not. And we need to make you feel like you're not alone because you're not. And yes, we might all be a little bitchy at times and trying to one up each other or whatever, but we should stick together. We are all Toreador.
Yes. I agree. Do talk to
So,
Ramsey. If you can't before, I will try to reach out and see when we can all talk. Perhaps I will be more specific on what I want you all to do, or see what you all want to do.
I think it would be best if you asked all of us our opinions and we come to a compromise that you are okay with. As you are our leader, you should have the final say.
Yeah.
But the Camarilla is not a democracy, but that doesn't mean you have to run your clan like a dictatorship either.
I try to be benevolent when I can.
She smiles. I appreciate that.
Anyway, is there
But
anything you wanted to discuss at this time?
um she thinks for a moment. What do you think of Annabelle's child? Noelle?
I don't know. She's strange. I'm not really sure if she's just maybe one of Annabelle's novelties or if there's some sort of plan. I mean, if she makes her happy, it's fine with me.
She
I don't
is
really know what to
strange.
think. You know?
I'm not sure that Noelle completely knows why Annabelle chose her.
Annabelle's been acting. She's been acting different since Masha passed away, so.
Yeah.
I don't know. Something changed a little bit. Sure, she'll act all normal when everyone else is around, but things got darker when Masha died. You
I can
understand?
understand that. I can understand that. Uh, Believe me, if I ever get the chance to get my hands on her voice trails off.
Yes. No, you and I and Annabelle all agree.
I know that she was your sire, but I miss her too. She was like a sire to me when Kara was missing.
Of course. Well, she.
And I want to see the clan thrive just as much as you do, just as much as she did, despite my recent absences.
I certainly hope so. Anyway, yeah. As far as what I think about her, I don't know her too well. She's an odd girl. I'm not really sure about anything about her, to be honest. But we'll see. Perhaps more will become clear at the meeting.
Well, I've had the chance to speak to her a few times, and she is an odd sort, but she's a good kind of odd. She's creative in a different way. I think she breathes a little bit of new life into the clan.
That might be good or that might be bad. You have to realize that we're dealing with a man who was born in the 11th century on the throne
I
right
know.
now. So,
I know. She kind of rolls her eyes a little bit. I know.
to be fair, he's proactive and so far seems reasonable. And he might, you know, he seemed to like Adrian's boldness when he offered his services. So, I don't know what to think. There's good and bad. Good and bad.
Well, Adrian has time to make up for his mistakes. He is young, so he has that going for him.
Of
Um,
course.
I'll have I'll have a talk with him and let him know that you're not disowning him or anything like that.
No,
Um,
not disowning him. At least not
and
yet.
that
She kind
you
of gives
were
a little bit of a cheeky wink when she says that. It shouldn't be a problem.
no, he'll be fine if we can just get a handle on his. I don't even know what to call it.
Mm.
I don't know. Does he seem a little bit paranoid to you? Like he's
Maybe.
convinced that he shouldn't even live in the same vicinity as you anymore, that you're so mad at him that you'd have him killed. I mean, that's just crazy to me.
Well, I mean, I do know where he lives. Seeing as how I
Yes, but
pulled
I
the
think if you
strings to
wanted
get him there.
if you wanted him killed, you'd have it done by now. I'm sure.
Yes.
So I
It's
think that he'll be fine.
it's an odd thing. Hopefully that doesn't become a problem.
I hope so too. I think maybe just because he's not used to being out, things are overwhelming. Elysium didn't go as well as anybody'd hoped, I think.
No.
Uh,
Well, it went all right, I suppose. Like I said, the presentation went quite well. It was after that was
right.
pretty poor.
And I
But
will
we'll
try and
see.
talk to Ramsey as soon as I can, hopefully before the
Yes.
meeting.
Yes, do. We need, like I said, we need to rebuild that relationship. And what better
Right.
than with Seneschal?
You are interested in keeping the alliance with Clan Tremere then, yes.
Of course.
Okay.
Yes.
Hey, you never know. Some people's opinions of the Tremere aren't that great, but he is the Seneschal, so it would be in
The
our best
Tremere.
interest.
The Tremere. She kind of leans into it. Tremere, by popular opinion, are actually, in my opinion, probably the most well-off clan in this city. But perhaps at a
That's,
meeting we can discuss and explain why.
I'd like that. I would. But I would agree with you. And it would be in our best interest to keep our alliance. It's not as strong as it once was, and part of that's my fault. So I will do what I can to help keep the bond between the Toreador and Tremere alive.
Mm. Please do. I'm trying to do my part as well. Like I said, Ramsey was here and I entertained him.
Well, I didn't come
Invited him
here with
back.
the intention of saying that you were incompetent or anything like that. If I thought you were, I wouldn't have supported you for Primogen.
I'm certainly not trying to be.
No, but I'm glad to hear that you are at least on the same page as I am with trying to get everybody together and get on the same page. That makes me feel good. So
Oh, good.
I think we'll be able to do great things together if we can just get everybody doing the same thing.
Yes, I agree.
So, all right.
You can keep
I
the
believe
pen.
that's. Oh, thank you. She
Oh,
picks it up.
I'll have a few more in the next couple of days.
All right. Sounds good. Well, I will see you at our meeting, and I'll let you know beforehand if I'll let you know as soon as I talk to Ramsey that I got to talk to him.
Okay, that sounds good.
All right. So I'll keep you apprised. She smiles and gets up to head out the door.
Lenora just kind of smiles back and lets you leave.
All right. Isabell smiles to herself, thinking that that went very, very well. And she heads home with her new pin that she now has. And that is where we will end the scene.